All right. All right. All right. Okay. I don't dance. No ways. Hi, guys. Surprise. I'm surprised. So, too much is going on in South Africa. So, we actually have to chat. I know for the purist Xhosas, I should have said Masincokoleni, uxolo, uxolo, Maxhoseni, uxolo. I got it wrong. And then, second of all, sorry, I'm busy reading something. Second of all, every time you see me on this channel, I am usually dolled up and like ready for like TV and stuff. But may I just have permission from the audience to be myself sometimes and just be in my supernatural format without getting sworn at or being told things about my hygiene. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate. As you know, you can comment there. It's telling me to share your referral link. What the hell is a referral link? Anyways, I'm just buying time so that more of us can join us. There's only about 100 of us here right now. I'd like this chat to reach up to at least 500. And I would like you, if you have not already subscribed to Moya Podcast on YouTube, to please just do that. We're building a school there, and the information that is there will build you. Is our guys. It'll give you more perspective. It'll give you more. I mean, it's not gossipy and stuff. So you do feel like you're in a lecture at school and stuff. But you're going to be the one saying the clever things. It's nice to say clever things. And as South Africans, we love to chat. We love our brides. We love conversation. So can we just ensure that our conversation is actually progressive and productive and is going to take us where we ought to be as a nation? As you can see, today's question, what are your thoughts on the current political situation, guys? The comment section is officially open. This is a live stream where we are just chatting, from friend to friend, chomi to chomi, from Mama Nziki to her babies, just our connection, just to feed our connection and our love for each other. So be free, be yourselves, comment, say whatever the hell you want to say, whether I'm going to like it or not. Everybody's welcome. Just try to be respectful. I don't mind disagreement. In fact, I love disagreement. That's where the juice is. It's very exciting for me. When I see sparks, then I'm like, yes, we got it. Oh, by the way, this is an Ewe t-shirt, Elevate Women Everywhere. It's done by my sister Nomsa. So if you follow her on Instagram or here on Twitter, please can you just support? The t-shirts are 500 Rand each and do the things, guys. So once again, please do subscribe to Moya Podcast. That's where we are live streaming for and from, except today the office is my bed. And I must admit, this is my favorite spot in the world. You will find me here. You will find me here on my bed as a bitter feminist who never got married and is now lonely. You will find me here on my bed talking to people on social media. So we are in a comfort zone right now. So be free, be yourselves, be happy, be beautiful. It's allowed here. It's allowed here. We celebrate differences. So let me start. I mean, what was that happened at Mpumalanga MK event yesterday? And it should not have even escalated to this level, right? Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Because let's be honest, Mary Phadi was, and has always been holding down the Mpumalanga province. It is what it is, whether you like her or you don't. And what I'd like to note is that, you guys have got You've got room for unruly male politicians. You've got room for Julius Malema. You've got room for Mbalula. You've got room, you've got room for the ones who just go on their personality tangents and then you laugh and then you're just like, hey, Juju, right? So why is it that when a woman has got a personality tangent like that, you're not going, hey, Mary? You know what I'm saying? So I just want to implore us to check ourselves in how we deal with men and women, I think that Mary Phadi has got the right to be strong. I think she's strong. And I think that when you are strong, then it's not you doing, all of us, our personality traits, they come from creation, right? And who are we to subdue someone because they are strong? If you were created strong, then put me in a position where I can show my strength and use my strength for the betterment of society, right? And as things stand, Mpumalanga is quite a strong, she's built quite a force there, hey? She's built quite a strong force. For being honest, like after KZN, it's Mpumalanga. Am I right or am I wrong? Please, if I'm wrong, feel free to come through to the comment section so that we can unpack it. But for me, Mary Phadi has shown that she can get in the ring and fight. And the thing about it, right? Okay, and I'd like to declare that I'm a huge fan of both women. Like, I love them both, and I'm just like, I hate what's happening because also I'm a younger sister, so I don't want to see my big sisters fighting. It's just weird and uncomfortable. Especially when you're just like, guys, stop it, guys. The whites are watching. You know what I'm saying? So it's very uncomfortable, the situation. And I think that it could have been avoided. And I think what is so hardcore about it, right? And I said this earlier on in a video where I said this is rubbish because I've always been clear that as a former public protector, that's one of the highest levels of office in the country, right? As a public protector, you are on high level. So when you bring me in, you're going to have to bring me in into the top 6. I've been the public protector of this country. So, I mean, I don't want to name names, but the men in the top, not all of them have been at top level public office. So what are they doing there? And why were they parachuted? So why is it that Mkhwebane couldn't get parachuted according to her credentials, right? She's held it down. She was our public protector, and you can't take that away from her. And she showed her bravery by standing up against the whole entire president. What we learned about Busisiwe Mkhwebane in that moment is that she has integrity, that her paycheck and her stomach is not bigger than the people, the need to serve people. That's what she taught us in that moment. So I think that's kind of a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. And that's the kind of leadership we want. And that's the kind of leadership we don't have. Most politicians are watching their own pockets and they're in it for them. We've seen people change colors and then suddenly, you know, and we can tell that it's just about the food. It's just about the coin. So I think that Busisiwe Mkhwebane displayed integrity, honor, and she just showed herself to be a highly principled individual by doing that. So I just think that there was a lack of respect, perhaps because she's also a woman, for how far up the level she was. So once again, there are my elders, my fathers there in the top 6. Some of you need to tetela the people who have got merit to be there. Busisiwe Mkhwebane was the boss. She was the public protector. You can't just give her like a regional gig. It has to be on a national level. So unless you guys can unpack for me what some of these men have done besides be in big tender deals, then I have a problem. Houston, I have a problem. So what these men did is that they occupied positions that they might not entirely qualify for. And now what's happening is that the people who are qualified are now having to fight their way in. And the irony of that situation is that, and this is what I always say to women, I'm always like, just be careful of men, you know? That gender just cannot be trusted, whether it's love or politics or whatever it is. Just be careful not to be a patriarchy princess. Be careful not to be used by men. I think that Busisiwe Mkhwebane's husband, Mam Busisiwe's husband, was part of the boys' team, right? He was in the crew group, then snuck in his cherry, and then they all pushed to be like, okay, we're going to do like this, but none of them wanted to give up their positions. So then they were just like, take that position over there. And funny enough, it was a position that was already occupied by a woman. So why would you do that? Especially since we have made calls that we need more women. So why are you making the women fight over one seat? Like, what is that when some of you are not even qualified to be in the position that should be occupied by Mkhwebane? So I have a problem with how things are playing out. I think Mkhwebane should be in the national leadership, properly straight, nje. And I think that Mary Phadi is holding down Mpumalanga, and you should leave her there. I know that the constitution has got some rules, but these rules apply to some and don't apply to some. So I think you can make a concession here too, just as you make concessions for others, if you know what I'm saying. Because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because both women belong there. Both women are powerhouses, and MK will benefit from both women being there. So this thing where you've set them up against each other is some kind of bullshit. It's rubbish. I said it earlier on. I said it's rubbish. So for me, it would be wonderful for MK to sort that out and leave Mary Phadi to run Mpumalanga, because politics is about numbers, guys, and it's about popularity, and you've got to put in the right players in the right positions, if you know what I mean. The striker must be the striker, you know? And also, Mambusi's personality is more suited for an executive position. Mameri is a ground force, and she's with the people and wapapa, and she's got charisma, and you know, so she's suited for a position like that where she is bringing people into the organization. It suits her personality, and Mambusi is brilliant in a executive watch over. She was a watchdog. That's her position. So, in fact, judging by how things are playing out in MK, here is what I think. I think that MK has got a problem with conflict resolution. They need strategies to deal with the conflicts inside there, and I think Mambusi would be perfect to hit something up like that. I think she'd be awesome for that. So I really, really believe that there's room for both women in MK, and I hate the thing where you've set them up against each other. You guys are not commenting at all, so it means you're still listening. So, anyways, so that was my thoughts on the Mkhwebane and Phadi issue, because also when what played out yesterday comes into the public domain, it just looks very messy for MK. It looks like they can't handle their business. So you can avoid things like that. I mean, yeah, it just looked so bad. I was so upset when I saw that video. I was just like, no, it can't play out like this, because now what they're going to do is they're going to be like, you see, women are always fighting. But of course, the women are going to be fighting if you made them fight over one chair. You haven't done that with the boys. You don't make the boys fight over one chair. You've got a place. The SG was parachuted straight away to the top. Straight away. Like, so what is it that some people can get parachuted while others can't? And that's why this thing was. Okay. Okay, sorry guys. I keep checking you for your comments there, but you're still quiet. So I've got a problem with this thing where the men are comfortably parachuted and then the women have to fight each other for positions. That is like so tricky for me. But anyways, let's move on to, because I'm just gonna unpack all the political parties. So we started with MK, and I start with MK because let's be honest, guys, MK is the most popular party at the moment, and it's shocking a lot of people. And yo, it's bigger than hip hop, yo. It's bigger than hip hop. So we have to deal with what's on the table. And what the universe has given us on the table is MK. So, yeah, we are with MK at the moment. So, and my other thing was that I saw some of Floyd's speech. I think he's fucking brilliant. I really, really think he is fucking brilliant. That's his element. And I remember when there was that fight between Dudu and Floyd, and I was just like, do not get rid of Floyd, guys. That is one of your cornerstones. So, like, but I do think that he needs to work on his social skills. Um, in the beginning, I thought that MK members were just being petty when they were like, he doesn't greet, he's arrogant and whatever. And I was just like, so what? But actually, in a leadership position, it does matter. It does matter. Um, yeah, I think that he's going to have to get out of his social anxiety mode or whatever it is that makes him just block people out. Um, because it's needed. It's needed. Yeah, you've just got to have an element of nice. You've got to have a small element of nice in politics. You've got to be, yeah, just small element of nice because it matters. The rest of us, it doesn't matter. We can be back how we want, but when you're a leader, it matters how you treat your people, especially since we are the ones who put you there. So it matters how you treat your people. But I do think that he's brilliant. I'm going to go check out the speech. I also want to check out the professor's keynote address. It was a bit hard to find, but I saw that MK now has a YouTube channel. So you can go check it out there. So, okay, cool. So now the other topic I wanted to tackle. Guys, how come you're not commenting? You're not even saying hi, nothing. You're just there watching me, watching every move I make. What is that? At least say hi, I want to put your comments on screen. I want us to chat about what's going on. I mean, what are your thoughts on the Mkhwebane versus Phadi? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the SG? I just said that he's brilliant, but he needs to work on his people skills. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, you know, can we have engagement? Because I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to speak to my peeps. Yeah, I'm just going to hang out with my social media people, my family. But now you guys are not even saying, okay, there we go. At least, thank you, Oluetu. Oh, flip. I don't know what's going on this. It's telling me about show referral link. Ugh, I'm having such a hard time with this, even putting on comments here. I don't know what the hell is going on. So please just excuse me as I try to figure that out. I saw a comment from Oluetu just now, but it's now disappeared. So I don't know if Dimorong, or Ganye. So maybe there's an issue with my comment section. Ugh. Because it's telling me about sharing the referral link. Ugh, yeah, man. I should have sorted this out before I spoke to you guys. This is so unacceptable. Unacceptable. So, there's also one issue I wanted to address. I just wish I could access comments. I'm really struggling, guys. So, may I just ask you to be patient with me just a small bit? Because when I try to go to comment section, it's showing me some other shit. yeah, man. And now the thing is, I really want your comments. So the other thing I wanted to address, guys, Yinibetuna, fighters, 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 fighters. The people are calling for you, fighters. The people are calling for you, fighters. Even me, I apologize for everything I've ever said about EFF. I publicly, unapologetically apologize. Please, guys, can you join MK? Sangela, because the power is in the numbers. The power is in the force. The thing is that, my dear fighters, you are very organized and we see you. I mean, besides the bad manners on social media, you're actually quite a legit movement. And it's been incredible watching you go from strength to strength, you know? Like when Floyd left, we were like, oh no, EFF is done. We were convinced, you know? But you have just fought and shown tenacity, you've shown resilience, you've shown, you've shown up. I don't know why Inza so. Okay, there. Thanks, Cuckoo. I don't know why my comment section is being weird, but hi, Cuckoo. How's it, girl? How's it? How's it? How's it? We love girls who talk politics. How's it, girl? So I was asking the fighters from the bottom of my soul, my evil soul, from the bottom of my evil soul that has got a lot of mischief in it. Guys, just join MK, please. Like, I don't know how to explain to you that gahle gahle, you're a youth movement, right? So you might not necessarily really appeal to the older people. And MK is the older people. So if we mix the older people and the young people, it's overs could overs. It's overs could overs. They're going to have to bow down to our karate. They're just going to have to bow down to our karate. Oh, it kept sharing this link about StreamYard. Can you believe it? Hi. Guys, I'm trying to get to the comments. I don't know what the hell is going on there. But basically, I'm just here to beg the fighters. Today, we are just here to beg the fighters. To say, because we got a revolution. We got a revolution here. And if you guys don't come to the party, then you're going to be a distraction. You're just going to be a distraction, and we're not going to be able to focus on what needs to be done. I'm hell of a proud of EFF for that Orania March, although I'll be fucking too scared to go to that. I mean, personally for me, like, I will be watching on social media and being like, whoa, 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 whoa. But personally for me, that is one of the bravest things that you guys could ever do. And I'm just like, whoa, that is quite amazing. So we're really proud of the work that EFF does, Even your organization, your organizational skills are incredible. Your events are always on the dot. Like, you're good. You're the youth. You do things in new ways. It's just that the youth has got a tendency to be emotionally volatile, yabo? It's just got a volatility that can just come out. Because even me, I mean, I've had to learn. I've had to learn to mature, You remember the old Nsiki was a little bit more. Now I'm just a little bit more like, okay, guys, I'm in my 40s. I want to calm down a bit. So if you're still, I don't know, 12 years old, so... And you're going to say, what about MK is only 6 months? But MK is actually not. The thing about MK is that it was the Umshosha Panzi of ANC. So it's actually a very old liberation movement that's just been resurrected. It's the military wing of the ANC. And although I've told you guys I'm not really an ANC person because they're very elitist, but what I can tell you is that we are all ANC ultimately, because that's the liberation movement that who we've walked with, right? Most of us know ANC from way back. Well, some of us even used to know PAC, but PAC, you know, when a death is so bad, nobody even talks about it. You know, when something is so bad, everybody just looks the other way and changes the changes the conversation, because what has happened to PAC is a fucking embarrassment. It's a damn embarrassment. So we don't even consider them anymore. I remember when PAC leadership battles were happening, I wish I'd been paying more attention, because we would have made more noise, you know, with the proper PAC leadership. I mean, people like Lebogang Pheko, like, flip, guys. PAC could have had that as a female president, but then we got an infiltrator. He's an infiltrator, that guy. I don't care who says what, that is an infiltrator. And the infiltrator is a traitor. He's a traitor, and he has traitorized us. So PAC is dead. But my point was that I was here just begging. I was here begging on behalf of Black people for MK and EFF to get together. I'm just here begging because, like I said, the beef becomes a distraction, and then we can't focus on what needs to be focused on. So if EFF can consider the numbers that MK is coming with, can they just ignore everything and just focus on, you know what, this is a big party and let's go in. And I know the issue is about the presidency. We all know that's the problem, which is who is going to be president, because we know a certain somebody just only wants to be the only president ever in the world. It must only be him. So it becomes tricky, which is why also the deputy president had to leave, because that was his ceiling, because our friend just wants to be the boss all the time. So I don't even know how we unpack that. I don't even know how we get around it. And I don't know, I wish I could even start this live stream all over again just so that I could get to the comment section. I'm so not getting to the comment section. It is such a bummer, dude. See, Daphne, I see that you're there. Thank you. Ugh. See, I see your comments, guys, but I can't get to them. Show on stage. Okay, I would see here. That has been my wish, yeah. That has been my wish. The truth is, EFF doesn't appeal to the older generation. I was telling my husband that older people don't forgive easily. We also just like, when the youth is here all over swearing, all over social media, it creates an impression about the organization. And nobody likes to be with people who are swearing the whole time and who are aggressive. Like, you can't blame. And this thing should have been nipped in the bud long ago, because we've been for many years telling EFF that the social media etiquette is going to kill the movement. We've told them so many times. But then, because they're the youth and they don't listen, and now look where we got to. So we are just asking, guys, I don't know what's happening with my comments. I'm so stressed about this. I'm so damn stressed. I don't know why it's got this other thing blocking. So, I mean, if can they just concede and just become the youth in the MK and then get the ball moving, because young people are energy. They the engine, you know? Like Bontato Mkhwebane who are running MK don't have that EFF energy, you know? So the furthest they can go is Gwaza. And EFF is just on the ball, man. It's on the ball. Even in Parliament, I was scared that those EFF people were going to just outshine MK. I was really worried about that because EFF is really on the ball. But what's the point of being on the ball if you're not on the field? Do you know what I mean? So how do you work around this, guys? Because EFF and MK actually have to work together. And what do you think? What do you think will happen if they come together? Who's going to be president? Who's going to be deputy president? What's going to happen? Does anybody have any scoops? There's another comment. Guys, it takes me so long because I have to. How are we being distraction, Mamia? Because if we are not for the MK, I strongly believe that we would have won that, or had it not for won the 2024 election. You guys are the real distraction to Black unity. Do you think so? Let's be honest, Gabza, my darling. You know, the universe plays out the way it's supposed to play out. And sometimes it's just not fair. Like, unfair things happen in this life. It is what it is, right? And I don't believe that. You know why I don't believe what you're saying? Is that EFF was there. It was on the ballot. But people chose MK. Why did people choose MK over EFF? That's the question you should be asking yourself. Because EFF was there. And EFF had even been there, you know? And they were more equipped than MK. Surely much more equipped. Even the campaign trails, EFF was on the ball. But that whole swearing thing and being rude, it actually worked against you in the end. That's actually what it's about. So if EFF was going to win the election, it would have won the election. But it didn't win the election because people don't want it. Ish. And I'm putting it so harshly. Sorry, Kabza. But people have... Ish. I don't know how else to put it, but... Aivumang. Abanda baivumang. And it's just that you didn't see it coming because... And actually, funny enough, I'm so glad we're talking about this. On that time, when you had your birthday thing in KZN at Moses Mabhida, when you guys swore at me when I was just trying to come and cover the events, and then you made a whole humiliation ritual with me. That moment and the way you treated me and just how you moved as EFF, I knew that was the pride before the fall. Even that whole machine going up and stuff, I was like, this is the great pride before the fall. It was so clear. I think that you forgot your manners as EFF, and you forgot that everybody deserves respect, even people that you don't like. And I think that you got cocky and arrogant, and I think that's where EFF lost it. So I don't know if I believe EFF. We were just, as Black people, we were screwed. We were screwed because we didn't have any other options. But I think that EFF was its own problem. My favorite king said so. Guys, don't forget to go to the Basetta Gala dinner on the 2nd of May. Buy your tickets, 1,000 Rand each. We're raising funds to build a Pan-Africanist school. So this is an incredible initiative. So please can you make sure to do that. And that King Said So is on screen now. That's his channel. So if you can go to YouTube also and subscribe to that channel. He's doing great things. You know, for me, this is a bigger president than Julius Malema in my life personally. Like, I follow his podcast all the time and I'm always like, fuck, this wisdom. Oh my God. Like, anyways, King, I'm such a fan of your work. So King says, listen, sister, politics will not save us. Amen. EFF, unfortunately, is not loved by 90% of voters. That's heartbreaking. Though who's going to be president should be the last question. Just fucking come together. Just fucking come together. That's also, but that's why they're not coming together, King, because it's about the battle of leadership. It's the battle of the egos. It's the battle of the cult masters. That's another crazy thing about SA politics is that, and this is something I really can't relate to, unless maybe Dr. Kanye was president, then I'd also be a Stan the fan. But I've never understood this thing where you guys center one person and everything centers around him, and that's the political party. Like, I've never understood that. And that's why even when we critique Julius Malema, it's you guys think we hate EFF, we hate Julius. No, guys, criticism is not a sign of hate. Like, if anything, it's a sign of love, because if someone is going to tell you where your gray area is, you need that. You need someone to tell you where the gray area is so that you can improve yourself, right? Or wrong, guys. So I don't know. If people are criticizing, for me, I just feel like, okay, they're watching and okay, I can improve on this. So we had a situation where Julius Malema, we have a situation where Julius Malema is not allowed to be criticized. And that's also what killed EFF, is that even when he's wrong, you guys are there backing him up. Like, I keep centering myself, and I'm going to do it again. Like the time when he retweeted that tweet about me being dirty and stuff, that was wrong. For a president of a political party that was going to be the president of the country, apparently, he should be able to discern what type of information he can put out about people and what he can or can't tweet or retweet. Like, it was so uncouth, unpolished, vulgar. It was just low level for him. It was just so. How do we have a leader that has got zero emotional maturity? And how that happens is that when you're surrounded by yes men and yes women, and then you don't get a chance to develop your character, you don't get a chance to develop your humility, you don't get a chance to develop criticism, you don't get a chance to develop how you respond to feedback, So I don't know. And some of you will be like, no, you're provoking him. You called him a failed politician. That's because he called me a failed poet. Bengiphindisela isikrintshisi angithi. So manje nithini, guys? Nithi, when people insult me, kumele ngibayekele because they are the cult leader. Bengiphindisela isikrintshisi. Obviously, I don't think he's a failed politician. I don't. But I was just like, yes, yes, when a failure. Welcome to the club. But obviously he was very hurt about that, so he had to retweet that vulgar tweet. And I was just like, and I'm glad that I stood up to him in that moment, because actually, listen, the fighters have left my social media accounts alone, so I can see that there's been an order for them not to engage, and I fucking love the fresh air. Thank you, fighters. Thank you so much. Except the other day, a weird thing happened. One of the EFF MPs, Usislengiwe, she was so weird. She was so weird. I don't know what I tweeted, right? But it was something positive about EFF. Then she comes, she's like, yeah, but you hate EFF. Then I was like, why do you say that? Why do you think I hate? So it means that you guys as a cult come together and you decide who hates. Okay, asimfuni law, it's just such a cultish thing. So you guys have all decided that I hate EFF or I hate readers, and it couldn't be furthest from the truth. I've been paying attention and adding energy to EFF since it was born. I'm one of the mothers of fucking EFF. So don't disrespect me, and don't disrespect the role I played in pushing information about EFF in the beginning. So yes, I just wanted to put that out to be like, that was so weird. And the funny thing about it is that I actually don't have issues with her whatsoever. I've never thought like I'd when I see her in Parliament, I go, oh, there's that pretty face. That's actually all I think about her. I just think she looks like a warm mother type, and that's what I thought of her. So when she came with that, like, and when I'm trying to answer, she's not responding. You can tell she just wants to poke, like, and I was just like, this is so weird. What a strange interaction. And I was like, who is this really her? And I went to her account and I saw we follow each other. It's definitely her. And I was like, this is so weird. Why are you like, that's so weird. I just thought that's weird. Anyways, I forgive her. I'm not stressed about it or anything, but I don't hate EFF. I don't hate Julius. I just have the ability to say the good things and the bad things. Guys, life is yin yang. We are all imperfect beings. We are all darkness, we are all light. I myself am far from being perfect, and I've had to deal with my imperfections, and you guys have made me deal with my imperfections whether I like it or not. So why is it that I must pretend that there are some people who are perfect and who can't be criticized? For me, if you do good, I'll be there going, yeah, nice one. If when Zamakoporosh, I'll be there saying, when Zamakoporosh, straight. And these people hate that about me. In fact, even Floyd was giving me a silent treatment the other day. And I suspect it's because I said something off or I was supporting Tutu. And guys, I'm still trying to do the comments thing. It's so boring for me right now. Because you guys are now engaging, but now I can't get to the comment section for some strange reason. So, oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Okay, African intelligence, I'm coming to you now. As I apologized earlier, guys, there's something going on with my comment section, and it's making it so hard to click on. This is usually so easy. African intelligence is Joe. I'm confused too how EFF got 10%. Why are you confused when Julius accepted the results? Why are you confused? Because as blacks, Tina, we were like, this shit is rigged. And people came together, all the black parties, everybody went into the caucus and they were like, this shit is rigged. That's how the relationship with even ATM and MK started. Because all of the smaller parties came together and said, no, re-election. But what did you guys do at EFF? You accepted. You accepted what Mlungu said. So that's how you got 10%. By accepting. So you look, accept Abelung. Because those are not your friends. As was Chumzin Abelung, guys. Okay, Mandlenkosi, I'm coming to you. You've just become an MKP praise singer. Why should EFF be subservient to MKP? I'm not an MKP praise singer. I'm not. Even the people in MKP now, they hate me like you fighters hate me because I'm always just telling how I see it. And if you guys, as community of South Africa, one day sit me down and say, Nziki, just shut up. We don't want your opinions anymore. We don't want your voice. I'll freaking shut up. But what I can tell you is that you haven't done that yet. So I'm always going to talk, you know? MKP, I'm not a praise singer at all. But what I can tell you is that MKP has got the most people in the country at the moment, and it lacks wisdom to pretend that it's not. And it lacks wisdom not to pay attention to it. Because it's a monstrosity. It's coming the way the tsunami is coming. Mandla, the tsunami is coming. The tsunami is coming. Are you running to higher level? Are you going to swim under the wave? What are you going to do? Like, there are many people I don't feel. Like I even told you now, I think Floyd has got appalling social skills. Appalling. I'm not appraising at all. And I used to tell you even before, even Duduzile, I used to shout, "Gutia, why is she behaving like it's her home?" And actually, I'm so happy because she's actually toned down a lot. In fact, I've seen a lot of maturity in her, and I'm actually quite impressed about it because I'm just like, okay, I think there might be something there, you know? Because when you see a woman have so much inkani, mina iyangichaza. I get excited, you know? Duduzile is the same as Mary Phadi, a wild animal. African intelligence says that they deserved better. They had worked so hard. Who didn't work hard? Who didn't work hard? Maybe I'm not understanding something, but I told you what your problem at EFF is. I told you that the problem is that you guys are rude. You are rude. You're rude, guys. You are rude. Nobody likes rudeness. Nobody likes people who are rude. Spicado, Spicado, hello. But yo, I fear MKP. Baba Zuma says he'll send pregnant girls to Robben Island and our gay brothers to the military. I would love to live in Baba Zuma's head. It's a whole movie in there. I think that when he said that, it was a mischievous, playful comment that got taken out of context and then they ran with it. I think that the media is so hungry for something bad about MK that they will pick at absolutely anything. They've been searching and trying to bring it down since it was created. So, I mean, with Mam Kanye there, you think that pregnant girls are going to be taken to Robben Island? With the women who are there, you think so? And also, MKP has explicitly, I think it's even in their constitution, that they are for everybody. The queer community is welcome in MKP. I've actually seen communications about that. And another thing I was damn impressed by was the desk for people with disabilities. I was like, shit, MK is coming in heavy, heavy, heavy. Even when you just look at the people that they've got there, guys, you're just like, yo, more. Okay, I'm trying to get to more comments. Ugh, it's so boring what's happening with my system today, but at least. Okay, and Daphne says Julius's energy is too hot for the older generation, and we can't say let's leave them behind. Huh? Julius's energy is too hot for the older generation, and we can't say that. I know you guys are understanding this, but I'm not understanding what you're saying, sister. What do you mean leave who behind? Anyways, I think that Julius's energy has been enabled. Like if Julius at least had people that can stand up to him around him. In fact, that's what I think his wife is good for him because you can see he's been refined a little bit since he got married. So Julius needs people that can call him to order. And unfortunately, in EFF, everybody's looking out for their stomachs. So they're not going to call him to order. And we've seen that, right? So I think that that's a problem. That's why I said this thing of yours in South Africa, where you guys elevate personalities, is deep. It's deep. Because now for us to get into the conversation, you got to be careful about what you say about your leaders, which is wild. Gabza says, "My bad, my queen. I respect you very much, and I didn't know that happened to you. Thing is, what you came with the youth is yet to overstand and comprehend. We shall keep doing it for the black child." Tamaku Gabza. I really am not the enemy. I really am not the enemy. I really love EFF. I love MK. I love ATM. Like, I'm down. I'm down. It's the white creation parties where I'm just like, yay, 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 yay. You know? Hakisha Body. And Action SA is actually doing very well, but I'm just like, hey, abelungu lapha in the backdrop. Fred Bunty saying greetings. No way DA can be the second biggest party in an African country. I said this. Absolutely. Amanga belungu. Amanga belungu. White lies. Amanga belungu. It's because they control the media, they control the economy, which means they can put money into creating this impression, right? Like if I make an example, you've seen like sometimes an artist who's got economic resources looks a lot fancier than an artist who doesn't. Even though the artist who doesn't have economic resources is blatantly more talented, we can see. But we are all going to rush to the one that looks clean and money because we worship money. So DA is the largest party according to them because they own the media channels. They tell us what's going on. So if you catch my drift, you'll catch it. If you don't, I get it. I get it. But we're still here. We're not EFF forever. Me, I'm done for EFF. I think you guys are doing a brilliant job. I really do. I'm very proud of you lately. So really, we're good. We good. It's just that you guys, woo, hey, nice tuga, man. Hey, nice tuga. Mellow End, how's it? How's it, Mellow End? How's it, babes? How you doing? Ugh, yeah, man. I hate what's happening with this comment section today. It's so stressful. Dooms, I'm coming to you right now. I will do me. Why umpatla mo DM? Why umpatla mo the DM? Why? Huh? Who read on DM? What are you saying, National Assembly? What are you saying, National Assembly of MKP? I see, sometimes you guys say things that fly over my head. So I don't even know if I'm being insulted here or what's going on. But that comment I didn't quite understand. Molweni kaya, molweni. You know what? I know it's so uncomfortable when I tell the truth. I know it's so damn uncomfortable. Even for me, I'm just like, shit. Now I've got to tell them what I'm seeing. And you know what is so funny about you Africans, ne? Is that Africa was known to be the land of myths and legends and African magic and spiritual things, you know? And people like me exist and they're everywhere. Like we have got seers, we've got intuitive people. It's just in our genetics, Sinjalo. And we've always had, I mean, even Umkabaga Jama was the spiritual guide for Boshaga and them. So it's tricky when you guys like swear at your healers. I'm always like, oh damn. All right. So I just think that when you deal with me, just please use your third eye, guys. Just use your third eye because on the surface it's gonna piss you off. When you don't understand what the hell I'm going on about, please just like ask me questions. Ask me questions. Gabs saying, yeah, that's what I love about you, Mamiya. You always speak your mind and be you all the time. Yes. Then I get into trouble because the politicians want me to grovel to them. And I'm just like, no. I said I like your work. African intelligence saying, by calling him to order, are you including the kill, the Boer song? I would never. Oh, I didn't put it on stage. Listen, my darling. When the whites started going for Julius Malema about the kill the Boer thing, that was when my love for Julius got ignited. Because I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. We are not going to be told by Abelungu how to process our pain. That's just not going to happen. And whether you're Julius or you're Penwell or Nota, I will stand up for you when it's time to stand up for you, because we gotta. I mean, in real life, I'll be like, fuck that bitch. But like when the enemy starts attacking our own, personal feelings are set aside very, very quickly. There's nothing to call Julius to order about. The thing is that the white people are aggravating EFF and provoking them. And the more they do that, the fighters nabo bayadelela. So it becomes a cycle. And until white people accept what they did in this country and accept that there's remnants of their apartheid and their hatred and their racism, and people are still dealing with it, then we're just going to keep going in circles. So Black people, sing all the freedom songs you need to sing until you feel it in your heart. Yeah, I don't need to sing the song anymore. So in terms of Kill the Boer, whoever still needs to sing Kill the Boer, sing your song, guys. Like, it's like the courts have said, it's part of our history. Imagine denying the Jews the right to hate Hitler. It's valid. It's valid. When a hate is valid, it's valid, and we can't coddle white feelings in this country and hold back the entire country because we have to be careful what we say around the whites. That's fucking insane. The whites need to start behaving. The whites need to learn how to acknowledge the pain that they've caused in this country. That's all that needs to happen. I'm just getting to another comment. I can't believe this thing. Guys, who is Nobuhle wa Blue? Where is Nobuhle wa Blue? Kimang Nobuhle wa Blue, my baby. Kimang Nobuhle wa Blue. I don't know who that is. I had such a hard time with comment section like today. Biggie is saying, coming heavy ganjan, Sisinzik. ANC Part 2 led by an 82-year-old grandpa who stole money with foreign Indians. Would you rather your money was stolen by old whites? Because let me tell you, my darlings, the money is being stolen by everybody. The money, Yona, it's being stolen. So are you saying to me you would prefer that the whites must hold their monopoly over the money and the economy of this country? Because if you remember, in Zuma's time, there was black wealth, and you could see it. And King said so. Actually talked about this in his podcast earlier. You could see it. You could see BEE. You could see it. And since CR17, we can see black poverty. We can see it. As we can't afford our fucking electricity, guys. As a person who stays alone, why am I paying like 1.5 for electricity, including E1? What am I doing here? Like, that is wild. That's wild. And what's even more wild about it is that we don't need to be paying that much. There were studies shown, whatever. You know, when these people are talking about Brian Molefe, they'll tell you, no. These prices have been inflated big time to suit the white stealers, the evergreen contract holders at Eskom. So you would prefer that. You're just like, no, the money can't be stolen by blacks. It must just continue being stolen by whites. Is that what you are saying? I must just clarify first, Becky, because that's wild. And also, the reason the 82-year-old had to step in is because none of us stepped up. And he said this to us before. Guti, we are all just watching. And since we went to school with Samantha and Brian and and Rory and what, like, we've got a bit of stage fright as the generation that has been exposed to white people. So we are feeling awkward about kicking out Tamron. And now somebody has stepped in and said, no, guys, Tamron can't be put above your needs. And even now, you can see the good blacks, they're panicking. They're panicking about their poor whites. It's not whites complaining about MK, it's blacks. Like, what do you guys want, eh? You just want to go back to apartheid, ne? You want to go back to white governance, ne? That's kind of what you want, right? Because that's what's coming across. I don't know. And I said ANC, or ANC Part 2, EFF is a youth league of ANC too. Do you realize that? That's why I said we're all inadvertently ANC, because we all come from that movement. When the Natives Congress was formed, it's given birth. It's got trees and branches. It gave birth to PAC. It gave birth to EFF. It gave birth to MK. So what do you mean? Like, I feel like you guys keep trying to make up stories, running away from your own liberation. It's wild. Oh, what about BLF? The only thing I noticed, what about BLF, babes? I need to BLF. Oh, are you saying it also joined MK? Yeah, but I must say the absence of Zanele Luana is a little bit uncomfortable for me, because I'm like, where's Zanele? Anyways, Daphne saying, Mara, I think it's better to give Ubaba the last chance to rule as president. Julius will be next after Ubaba. Akira, everyone's saying Ubaba is dying soon, so what's complicated here? You think Floyd is going to like that? I mean, Floyd left EFF because he wants to be the boss. So right now, we've actually got the battle of the three male egos. That's how we just need a female to just go in, Jay, and just block all these men, because the men just want to be, they're power hungry. They just want to be, they are there for the presidency. And you never say things about like that about men. You never point out which all these ones are just here for positions. Julius, Ubaba, and Floyd are there for positions. Gahle straight. But when we say no, we want Kanyisile Litchfield in parliament, we want Kanyisile Litchfield in top 6, you're like, no, you can't come here for positions or whatever. So you guys are fucking hypocrites. That's what I can tell you about yourselves, is that you're just hypocrites. And you're misogynist and you are patriarchal. Okay, African intelligence being answered there. All right, let me move on up. Oh my God, I can't believe this screen, what it's doing to me. I love you, Dumza. I love you. I love you. Okay. But you're being politically correct. No true revolutionary has real red bottom shoes. Nakoge. Say I can't feel much. Yeah, this is the interactions I want. You know I like spice. You know I like spice. That's what I came here for. All right, so let me tell you what I think, right? I think that it's possible that, and this is not for everybody who grows up like, actually, yeah, no, it's just shallow. Yeah, no, it's just shallow. And in fact, if you didn't know, I'll tell you now. The term Gucci revolutionaries, I coined it, by the way, during my blogging era. If you remember, I used to blog a lot back like 10 years ago. And I wrote a blog called The Gucci Revolutionaries on my website. It's on my WordPresses. You can go check it out. And yeah, no, even then I was like, this is fucking shallow. This is not a revolutionary for shit. Yeah, no. Because, a true revolutionary is not really obsessed with materialism, you know? I think that they are more concerned about making changes for their collective and making sure things that, yeah, changes for the collective. So if you and your vanity, and it would be something else if he was wearing expensive shoes from here, but no, he's actually choosing like these foreign labels and stuff, and he loves his 40,000 Rand shoes. And maybe it's because I can't relate, I'm one of the poor South Africans. Maybe I just can't relate to the feeling you get when you're wearing 40,000 Rand shoes. Maybe I just can't relate. I just, but yeah, there's a discrepancy there. Guys, can I gossip a little bit? Do you know that the one night there was this video and the EFF handled it so fast? This white man talking about Julius Malema and things that cannot be mentioned and things like that. I was like, holy shit. And I wish I had not commented because I think that's how I brought attention to it because I get me a papa and everybody's always watching my account to see what's happening. And as soon because this happened like at 2 o'clock in the morning. I just like turned on my phone. Also, that's my other thing is that when you are a seer, ne, it's not that it's some mysterious spiritual thing that comes in and says, this is what's going on. What happens is that on your phone, something will pop up that you're supposed to see, that others haven't seen, and you can dissect, which is this is what it means. So that night at 2 o'clock in the morning, I just woke up and I just looked at my phone. Then I saw this video. But obviously, that guy, they made him take it down. They threatened him big time. Yo, wazikhipa ziphelele indaba zikaJuju. Wazikhipa ziphelele. I was like, woo! And I wish I had not quoted tweet there. Because I was like hectic. And obviously somebody saw it and then they brought attention to it. But I wish some of you guys had seen that video because I wish I had screen recorded, but I wouldn't have been able to post it because I would have gotten into so much trouble myself. Again, my affiliation for lawsuits would have come in face to face with me because the things that were said there, yo, wait. And I just want to say, I have a problem with you guys calling out people who smoke weed when the people that you respect are doing much worse. Much worse. So I don't know, yo. I've told you guys are hypocrites. I've told you this. You know this about yourselves. So the red bottom shoes, bruh, I hear you. Even me, I was like, this is so shallow. Even the time when Floyd went to America and went to Disneyland and was like posing in front of Gucci's and whatever, I was like, what the hell's going on here? Anyways, Spigado says, I agree, Queen. MKP really pulled off a surprise move. While mainstream media was busy clowning them, yeah, or trying to point them to a certain way, they were out there building serious ground support. Like Stru. Oh, I didn't put that on stage. Sorry. There we go. There's the comment. Yep. The thing is that MK is busy proving the naysayers wrong. I ain't numbing Kunma too much, but now it's grown. It's grown. And it just keeps growing and it's going to keep growing. You know why? Because people are sick and tired of ANC and people don't relate to EFF. So everybody's just going to go in one direction. And I've said this before about you guys, which I think is dodgy as fuck, is that you have got mob mentality. It's dodgy as fuck. I'm going to tell you again, it's dodgy as fuck. Because I don't know what I've been trying to unpack it, right? Because I was like, are black people like this because of Ubuntu and they've had to work as a collective always and it's ingrained in them? Is that what this is about? Because you guys don't do any critical thinking. You just go, okay, guys, yes, sure. Then you go, some 40, some tan, some tan, it's so wild. Like, so, anyways, that's what's happened with MKP. It's like flavor of the month. And like I said earlier on, you cannot mess with the flavor of the month. You must learn to read the room. I am reading the motherfucking room. I'm reading it. I'm reading it. I'm reading it. And MKP is actually slaying. I'm trying to get to the comments. Ugh, this is so boring. It is such a boring thing that's happening to me here. I wish you guys knew. Just to get to the comments is such a mission. Sipa, I'm coming to you. Oh, thank you. Always bubbly and love your energy. Thank you. Although it can be quite irritating early in the morning because it's like this in the morning. I'm a morning person. Okay, so Sean stayed. Do me saying, all I'm going to say is Black Power. White people are scared because of expropriation of land. Let them go to America. Stru abahambe. Stru Scott. The thing is that the only white people that are welcome in South Africa are the ones that are going to start behaving like Africans. The ones that are going to make an effort to learn the languages, the ones that are going to integrate with society, with everybody in society, the ones that are going to give back. You know, I've always thought that white people in South Africa need to be forced to go to workshops like once a month or once a week. They need to be forced. It needs to be compulsory, where they are initiated into what being an African means and taught our languages and taught how to, just how they brainwashed us in their schools and taught us how to be white. They need to go through the same process. We need to teach them how to be African. So until we have a radical leader that's going to do things like that, where it's just compulsory, whether you like it or not, it's like when you go live in another country, you have to apply for your citizenship, lapaya. Then you have to learn the language, or you have to learn this, you have to know this about the same has to apply to every single person who's not an African in South Africa. Compulsory workshops, weekly things where we are integrating you into society and teaching you how to be amongst blacks and how not to be scared of blacks. Because that's what the problem is mainly, is that white people have fucked around so much and made such a big mess, and their ancestors have caused so much havoc, which has now created a sins of the father situation where now they are feeling the heat because of what their ancestors did. And I'm sorry, that's not our problem. That's something that the white people are going to have to deal with inside of themselves. The fear of blackness, the swart gevaar, that is the problem. So once they just get initiated nicely and get used to black people and being around black people. So Bashab, King said so once again. I myself am an EFF voter, but Jer, I get I get flames from them too. It's simply they can't take criticism, especially on Julius. But I guess the same goes for every party. But why I won't formally, oh, that's why I won't formally join a party. Oh, I didn't put this on stage. Sorry, guys. There it is. No, EFF can't take criticism. They just don't know how to. And it's unfortunate because that's a superpower. The thing is that when you learn how to accept feedback about yourself and criticism, it's an uncomfortable space. It's triggering sometimes, ne? But once you master not taking things personally, where they're like, hi man, sometimes you must just be a lady in Zeeks. I could fight and just be like, no, fuck that, this is me, whatever. Then I'm going to face the same issues I've always been facing. But if I try to be a lady, sometimes, like the feedback I'm getting, I experience something completely different when I go out there. So just try and listen to feedback, guys. I mean, sometimes some people are just hating, and you got to be able to discern, which, okay, this person hating. You just have to be like, okay, which part of this is true? Okay, am I accepting it or disregarding it? But to swear at people and get defensive and stuff, it's just so childish. And that's what the issue is. That's the problem with EFF, is that it can just get so childish. Oh my gosh. Lekkies, your first comment. Hi. So true. People flipped out on you when you called out the influencers who were pretending to be brand owners. Namhlanje bakuphi. I remember that. Fucking day. Fucking day. You guys have abused me for so many decades. Fucking day. I remember that. Yo, Bontik is bitter. You're just broke. And I used to tell you, good guys, guys. It's system in manga. And the thing is about the system is that they'll pick some of us and then put capital backing on that and then pretend as if, do you know that there are some artists, guys, who don't even own their name, the intellectual property of their name? For example, you know the name Lira has been trademarked by Arthur. So that happens. That happens in this industry. So yes, I remember, Lekis, when you guys used to swear at me. I remember very, very well. King said so. The most biased YouTube I've ever seen. Keep throwing people off the cliff. Oh, King said so. What? Is he biased? Well, I just think that he's a Pan-Africanist. And I don't think you guys are used to receiving Pan-Africanist messages. Like when someone is a Pan-Africanist, because we've been raised by white people, we've been taught that being black or African is something we should shy away from. So when you guys come into contact with people who are not shying away from their blackness, who are keeping their hair as is, who are not putting on makeup, you just get so appalled because you've been taught to hate your own image, right? So you're like, what? How dare you? How dare you speak for black people? How dare you just look so black, you know? So I think that while the white people go for their workshops, black people need to go for counseling. Straight. You guys, you hate yourselves. Okay, I've already put that comment up. Batty King said so. You must keep throwing your people off the cliff. What? God, this is wild. Lekis, you are lying. Lekis, shit. I know King said so. You're lying. You're lying, bruh. You're lying. Even me, I'm like, nah. King said so is so rational and like he thinks through what he's saying and he's so insightful. Like, I love that channel. I will not lie. I will not lie. Even that thing. Oh, the Melo End wants to say to King said so, you're doing a great at that. I clap for you. Even me, I clap for King said so. Even me, I clap for King said so, like straight. He's my leader. I told you, that's my Julius Malema. King said so is my Julius Malema, is my Jacob Zuma. He's my cult leader. That's whose cult I'm in. Like, he's such a progressive young man. It's so impressive. It really, really is. Okay, Dexter, I'm coming to you. Did you watch that Rod Herzog interview naming the enemies, the likes of Mashela, Gogo, Floyd, Claudia? Watch it if your leader's not there. Something is fishy. Thank you, Dexter, for that comment. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Let's pay attention to who Abo Herzog and Abo Helen Zilla hates, because those are our heroes. Like, because they control the means of communications and stuff, they've had power over Bokoko Mashele and Bohlaudi because they communicate the narrative to us. But it would do us a great justice if we learned to just back up our own. I don't know if you've seen that video. I posted it this morning, where like this leopard, I think it was a leopard, it goes for one of the baboons, and the other baboons go for it, boy. It was like, nah, the leopard ended up running away. An entire leopard. So I just think that's what's missing in our community. Like, when we see a black person being punished by the system, we keep quiet and we just like, oh my God, no, my paycheck, my job won't allow me to. It's wild. Hi, Sipo. Nziki, not Nziku. My apologies. Oh no, I don't stress about things like that, my love. That is the least of my worries. My worries are more concerned with the VAT increase that I know I cannot afford. Personally, myself, I don't know how you guys. Bruh, 1.5 for electricity. Uhlala uyi-1. Yini lokho? Uhlala uyi-1. I don't even cook every day. I get so upset about this. Let me not give myself gout. Do you remember that time Julius had gout? Because he was eating the money and eating so much. Do you remember that? But you guys only want the whites to eat the money. African intelligence says my uncle became a millionaire during Zuma's time. Yep. NAFSAS was a bursary during Zuma's time, not debt like it is now. Yep. Yep. Lots of millionaires were created in Zuma's time, black millionaires. So when you guys are anti him, you're just like, you're kind of anti yourselves and your own wealth and your own development. I mean, Zuma's not a perfect man. And that's why we get like, so like, oh, I don't want to follow him. But when we look at his works, it just makes you think, which part of this, I don't like him, is really a genuine, I don't like him? And which part is it that's just indoctrination? Because even me, a lot of people, they think they don't like me. And they're convinced. They're convinced that you just say Nziki the pride. They're like, yes, that's our boy. But none of them have actually ever engaged my content. And actually, people who engage my content think I'm a fabulous person. So, the power of the media and how white people use the media against us to turn us against each other is a topic for a day. It's a topic for a day. Guys, a reminder that on Tuesday, I must give you all the... Oh, guys, Bolekis, now you guys are bringing my family members in now. But what king, I don't know which king you're referring to, but Nziki definitely called them out. I recall getting involved in a powwow with someone about it. Who did I call out? I would never call out King Said So, guys. Do you know that I asked him for the gig? I asked him. I was like, listen, I will come and MC for you at that gala event for free because I am a stand-the fan for you. So I don't think King Said, and I wouldn't call out King Said So in public at all, at all. If he ever upset me, I'd go to my WhatsApp and be like, what the hell? But not on social media. Do me. Are you on the Artist in Daba WhatsApp group? The artists have got a WhatsApp group, and there's lots of different types of people there. People who've got labels, people who who can help you. Mina lento ye music ne art angisa understand. The system is so bad that I'm deliberately reinventing myself into something else outside of music and the arts, because Demi, trust me, you don't want to be an artist in this country. Trust me, don't waste your time, my darling. Don't waste your time. Daphne saying Kids Say So is the best thing ever happened to this country. Thank you. Thank you. Like, hands down. King Said So is our Julius Malema and Jacob Zuma combined. Like, the boy is working. The boy is working in reprogramming the youth. I really, really, anyways, let me read your comment. Is the best thing ever happened to this country. Putting his money where his mouth is. Not you who speak British English doing nothing for the black community. Abajel, Daphne. You. Punchline. And a lot of them are speaking good English, doing nothing. Doing nothing but going, oh, I'm so great. Sure, I'm such a, oh, well done, me. Ndimlo, you, ngihlala kwi-estate, ndimlo, ndrive i-G-Wagon, ndimlo, guys, ndimlo, ndifikile. There's a lot of that. And even this materialism, it's quite a Western thing. And I kind of feel like it's used. I mean, I'm not saying that materialism doesn't happen in other countries, right? But there's a level at which we are operating with materialism that is a little bit, it's we don't even have like, you know, when you look at other races and stuff, there's like different types of people. You've got the hippies, you've got the materialistic ones, you've got the ones who are doing this. Tina, we are all just lining up for G-Wagon. That's what success is to us. Like, nobody's thinking about legacy, nobody's thinking about community. Because, let's be honest, the fact that the white people are collectively rich means that they're looking out for their own communities. No? The fact that Indians are collectively rich and they do it together means that the Indians are looking out for each other. No? Even the Chinese collectively taking over the economy. It means they're taking care of each other, right? No? So what's wrong with black people not wanting to look out for each other? Like, what's up with that? What's up with that? Let's see other comments. I just think that we are fucking disturbed. Mentally disturbed. Okay, Dexter. My plea is to interview Mkhwebane Dlamini with pleasure. Tsepo Khadima, Majela Gogo, and Lucky Montana, and Brian Mulef. I'm going to call these people out now. Let me tell you. Brian Mulef, I've asked him, I think, for 3 years now. And I even got tired. Then he went to SMWX. Then I was like, oh, okay, I get. It's a boys' club. Mandi Yek. Coco Machele, I'm in his DMs asking him to come tell his story, but he prefers to tell his own story. Tapo Khadima, yes, I can do that. I'll find him for us. And then Mkhwebane, I'd love to have Mkhwebane. I absolutely would love to have Mkhwebane. But hasn't he been a little bit neutralized, eh? Or is it just me? You know, just a little bit of neutralization, a little bit. But I think we should invite him and see where he's at. So if you got Mkhwebane's contacts, holler at your girl. And yeah, tell him that we need him on the Moya podcast. But basically, I just wanted to say that Brian Medefa asked him for like 3 years, begging him. Then he went to SMWX. Then I was like, oh, all right, then you can go to the boys' club. It's fine. You know, it's also not an easy space I'm in. I'm one of the only women doing the type of content that the men are doing. So that boys' club thing happens a lot. Where I'll be like, oh, please come. And then I see them and it's in WX. Then I'm like, oh, okay. Right? But what I like about Moya is that it's in a league of its own, really. So they can ignore it, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world because black stars are born all the time. And angeke ngishode ngama-clients, ngama-guests. So Peggy's saying, if BEE worked under Zuma, we would have been having industries, you're right, built by those people running now. Now we are left with black industrialists of the likes of Edwin Sodi. Yo, please don't mention that name here, Ned, because you're going to provoke me to talk and then I end up in court. Can we just be fair, guys? Can we just be fair? Like, I have thoughts. I have some thoughts about Edwin Sodi, and I'm just like, he pulled the trigger and then it didn't go off and then he's scot-free. That's when you see that the justice system is controlled by money. There is no justice system. But even I knew that. Actually, I didn't need to be told by it. I know that. I know that. So, anyways, Peggy, please don't get me. I do not want to have triggers pulled because mine won't get stuck. Okay? So, Gansel, guys, don't make me say things that are going to get me into trouble. Because, yo, it's wild. Okay, so Spigado again, as a medical anthropology student. Yes, yes, anthropology. Yes, yes. I advocate for African healing practices to be equally supported. Yes. If your doctors earn salaries, so should legit sangomas from the South African government decolonize. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. That's why when Donald Trump was pulling stands with US aid and HIV studies, I was like, this is such a blessing in disguise. Such a blessing in disguise. Oh my God. Like now our healers can have time and panic to figure out immune boosting herbs and solutions. Because why is it that we think that only Americans and more Aspen and more pharmaceutical companies are the only ones that have got the rights to healing everybody? Like, especially when they're coming. And another dangerous thing that's happening now is that there's a lot of study of our indigenous knowledge systems there and our herbs and stuff by the West. So they're about to take our things from us. So if we don't collectively protect our own IP and work out our own medicines and trademark them and make sure that the government protects them, then guys, this is a dome, eh? It means we're still stuck on D. Sisa's dome. So I totally agree with you, Spigado, that it is, oh my word, it is long overdue. Yo, okay, wait. Guys, oh my, cause the customers the comments, I'm lost in the comments now because now you're all talking at the same time. And I was stuck trying to get, okay, let me try to get to where we were. Oh, hold to me. You want to abuse me also. Let me show you what Dumi is saying. I mean, you guys have abused me enough. I don't even want you. I don't even want you. I don't even want you. Guys, you've got eyes, you can read what Dumi is saying. You guys have kicked me around way too much, where I've gotten to a point where I was like, oh, okay, they don't want me. Sadan guys. You know, when people treat you guys fucking shadeemed me, like, big time. So, man, guys, I'm trying to get, there are so many comments, and I'm so stuck with, and I think I'm now lost. Why now? Ha, Beggie's talking here. Beggie is throwing shade. And now we're throwing some shade. You get shade, you get shade. Everybody gets some shade. Gucci revolutionary stem from hungry politics. I wanted to go there, né? But then I realized that there are people who also grew up in wealth who are just as shallow and materialistic. So I don't know if it's about poverty and hunger. I just think it's about a person's state of mind and self-esteem. I think it's self-esteem. I think that people who get their validation from external things outside of their meanness, I think it's self-esteem. Guys, okay. There. I've gotten. Yeah, now we're back at the right comment. Okay, now we're back at Lekis. Indeed, you are a seer. Your mother was a seer. Neptune dominant, and she had a special connection to you. Beautiful. Thank you. You know we love Belete on this house. Guys, my mother was an incredible woman, huh? Just so you know. Just so you know. Just a reminder. A humble reminder that I'm actually Belete's daughter. So Ninga be surprised when I do these things where the political intellect comes through. I'm Belete's daughter. I'm just going through the comments, trying to get to the next one. Just be patient with me. I'm there. African intelligence saying the mob mentality is irritating too. I know it. I thought we were a mob for white supremacy, not the mob of mobbing us. Bruh. There's nothing that bores me like the mob mentality thing that you guys do. Sometimes you guys will do a mob mentality. Like everybody will be talking one topic and then I just keep quiet because I'm like, there they go again. There they go again. So I think you need to work on that. I think you need to be critical thinkers. Yeah, having poor island. Having poor. King said so in Paseta, if they send their children, they will get them back black. And that's the danger. I get our pleasure they went to these white schools. You're so confused. I tell guys, in white education is so confused. I even have loved ones who are also caught in that. Where I'm just like, yo. I'm like, shit. Going to these white schools, it just didn't quite do what it was supposed to do. And now you don't know that you're black. And now you can only identify with whites. Have you seen those blacks, guys? Let me not judge because, hey, that's, we've got our own. So let me just not judge people for how they turn out after the white schools because it's actually quite a traumatic experience to go to white schools. So let me be fair. Wilderness Fox saying, hello Nziki, teaching white people is like starting fire inside swimming pool. Just leave them with their ignorance. Nature will teach them. But now the problem is that they throw their paranoia all over us. Right now, there's rumors that there's a genocide here. And we're just like, the fuck? We wish we could genocide you motherfuckers. Fuck. Don't fucking respect us, yo. Ngabe sin genocide kudala. You know, so it's just, I just can't, like, I'm just like, I hate this thing where we're compassionate to people that don't even freaking deserve our compassion. You know? What's this? Melo in saying, can we say that about other Africans? Instead of wanting Shona to be taught here, they should learn our language and integrate to our culture, traditions, and customs. Uyabasukela. Ama Zimbabweans have adapted, guys. They've adapted. They've adapted so much that they're taking all our jobs. I know that's not funny, but Ama Zimbabweans have adapted. I think that, and Ama Zimbabweans don't have economic power. They're slaves and beggars just like us. We need the ones who own the economy to bow down to our garati. Ama Zimbabwean are us, actually, because if you remember the scramble for Africa, when the whites were just cutting up Africa to be like, okay, you can have this, okay, you have this, France, you have this, Belgium, you have, like, imagine that arrogance. Imagine that arrogance. So that's how Zimbabwe and South Africa came about. Even I hate calling it South Africa. It's like, what the hell? Because we keep, says lawyer, every time we use the word South Africa, says lawyer. We're just reinforcing good to know we're a British electorate. We belong to the British. That's why they named us, and it is what it is. So I'm so down for a name change of this country because I just think this is rubbish. I think it's rubbish how we bow down to Amahlai. Okay, Dooms. Okay, I already posted that where Doomy was suggesting things I don't want. Leki says, I never saw it. I defended you. It's true. There were some people who always saw me. There were some people who just always saw me and could hear me. It was very interesting. Dumi, Gite, I declined the invitation. Gite, I declined the invitation. What I want to do with my life is to sit and criticize politicians. Okay? If I'm a leader, then I'm going to be criticized. I don't want that part. I want to do the criticizing. So, Rale Kopatle, Liska Rwakaga. Yanga. Trying to get your comment. The bots now are AI, so watch out for certain accounts. Gotta have a sharp mind. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen them. Even you see the ones when you start becoming a little bit political. There's certain accounts that will just say one thing, but it's different accounts, but they're all saying one thing. So, guys, Mina, the system has dealt with me proper, good and proper. Melo says, I wear my hair out actually and all that, but I'll keep quiet. Why do you feel offended by my comment, Melo? I wasn't talking about you. Why? Why, Cinderella? Cinderella! Is the shoe fitting? Okay, Peggy says NAFSAS was alone during Zuma, hence fees must fall. Revisionism of Zuma is crazy. Hey. Kuske kube tense ke apha, guys. That's why I wanna can I be the person that the Black Media House that is just in the middle of all this drama? Can I just be independent in the middle of the drama, calling everybody, Gugu Masbugo saying, politics won't save us, Mamia. The 5-year term leaders need to make money before their term ends. Money is the problem. I totally, Gugu, you're raising such an important point. Guys, how does it make sense that the civil servants are the highest paid people in the country? Can you see that situation is going to create a situation where people who are not called for civil service are going to gun for government jobs because of the money? Which means that we're not going to attract the cream of the crop leaders. We're going to have a bombaks. So when are we going to have that conversation where we now start cutting salaries for public service? Especially there in that parliament. Because, for example, this VAT increase that they're all fighting amongst themselves and it's just banter and back and forth. For them, it doesn't really matter, the 5%, guys. They can afford it. If you're earning 100,000 a month, you can afford the VAT increase. Go right. It's us who are not earning who are going to feel it when the food prices go up, when petrol goes up, when everything goes up. So, are you saying to me that you guys are going to allow abantu who are earning 100,000 a month to make decisions for you guys who are earning less than 30,000, 20,000, some even less than 10,000? Does it make sense? When do we start having the conversation about cutting salaries for public servants? Because what it's going to do is that people who have been truly called to lead, they don't care even if you give me 5 rand. Because, there have been questions I've been asked. People have said to me, why aren't you in parliament? Because I'm just like, because I'll be part of the scam. I'll be part of the scam where we are this buffer zone that's been created, who are debating and laughing amongst each other. They laugh together, those people. They're in parliament, they're just having fun. And policies are not changing. The reality for us on the ground is not changing. So what are they there for? What are they actually there for? So even for me, I'm just like, yes, we're a little bit stupid. Yes, we're a little bit dumb. So we need to start having that conversation about cutting salaries for public servants, because they should be fine. 30,000, 20,000, 30,000. Then hustle your other ways. But for us to be funding the nice life of politicians with our tax money, when we can't afford electricity, when we get water cuts, when we have to use the terrible public health facilities, when we have to use the shocking public transport systems. No, guys, something is not right. It's not making sense. It's not coming together. Your Melo Ent is telling Peggy to shh. Okay, let me see. Oh, guys, Lekis is clarifying that he wasn't talking about King Setso. He was talking about the fake brand influencers. That was so wild. That was so wild. And how you guys thought people owned alcohol and stuff. And I was just like, no, this is just a marketing gimmick, using your own people to get you to be drunk. Even that stressed me a lot, eh? Okay, wait. African intelligence. I don't know if you guys are just having a private conversation, but I want to put it on there. Beggy, I studied for free. I'm a graduate. I never paid anything. In fact, I have outstanding fees at school. I'm not owing anything. Wow. Is that from NAFSA's from back in the day? That's incredible. That is fucking incredible. If we're hearing success stories live and direct in front of us. I'm just going to comments, guys. Thank you for your patience. Then African intelligence. Ha 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 ha. I was part of the Freeze Must Fall movement. Zuma revisionism won't work on me. Our peers were arrested for fighting for free education. Yo, you see. Remember that part when I said Zuma's not perfect? That's why I don't do this classism thing. To remember that part, the students were shot and beaten up. I remember that. I remember that. So it's valid. It's valid. It's valid. It's valid. Dexter, once again, saying, please interview Mkhwebane Dlamini, Tshepo Khadima to explain why we are paying. All right, I'll try to get hold of them. I'll try my best. But sometimes, guys, you know, some of these people are mad at me for things I tweeted that I don't even remember. But I'll try my best. But yes, bye Kumba, bye Nkumbel. Then I don't even fucking remember that time. I'm just like, shit, sorry. My bad. That once happened with one of the elders. And I was like, oops, sorry. ANC gave birth to IFP, UDM too. See? See? ANC gave birth to many children. So, yo, guys, there was one time, and I can't even tell you the story because maybe a wrong media person can be here and then it's going to be in the papers and then what? But now inkinga wafunda NGO 2010 man. Nyalwa ke manje ma-comments. Ninje ke nini? Ninje ke senitshelana konke manje. Uzomtshela konke. Mkhwebo is at Pirates. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't understand the... Guys, sometimes I'm really blonde and bimbo. I'll be so damn honest. Some of the things... Because South Africans are really smart is another thing. Oh... Kuri kuri. Kuri kuri. Kuri kuri in the comment section. Guys, I'm not going to put on your comments when you're kuring then. And the thing is that I can't see... Hey, but this kuri kuri is interesting. It's in fact. But bro, I'm not pro Zuma. It's okay. You won. Zuma abused BEE. Are you happy now? You know I love drama. Yes. 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 Because I just want things to be balanced. But African intelligence don't get touched. It's just chats. Okay? It's just chats. It's just chats. Mm, I love it. I love it when it's juicy. Guys, thank you so much for coming through. Shona is an example of the school in Jozi. They wanted to bring Shona too. It's gay benzim. It's gay benzim because we're studying French too. We're studying Spanish in the white schools. So it's gay benzim, man, guys. Bane comment talent. But I've learned not to interfere with that Afrophobia thing, ne? You will get burnt. You. That time I stood up for Chidima. Bandi Kumbela. Nandi Kumbela. I could just see my tweets. You even gave me silent treatment. Like you just stopped engaging me for a little while. You were just like, oh, I need to know we're Nigerian. I need to know. So I have learned just stick with my people. So you don't believe Africans can take over other Africans. Reason is look out our nation. We are overnumbered. Sooner than later, our tribes will be extinct. Melo, you're being so dramatic, though. You're so dramatic. You're so dramatic. Sonke sabantu abamnyama yazi siseparate abelungu. Siseparate abelungu. To me, you're just full of compliments. I'm going to just ignore your comments now. Melo's upset with me. Cinderella? I was just saying, but whatever thought fits. See what I did there? Yeah, I see what you did there. That's why I say South Africans, you actually have to be smart to catch it. Because to be smart is, humor comes from being smart. Okay. Demi Snow says, this black government does not care about us. No, it doesn't. They should be looting all the money to give back to the black communities, not buying Gucci and G-Wagons. We blacks need a black Hitler or Vladimir Putin to fight for us. We need help, yo. Yo, I'm with you there, Demi. Ubuile. Ubuile, sad. Ubuile. I won't mind that. I'm just scared. The only thing I'm scared about a dictator is that I'm quite opinionated. I feel like I'm going to get killed by a dictator. I just feel like literally I will be tortured to death. I will have to learn how to just reserve my right to keep quiet. Okay. Fred, I'm coming to you now. The math is not mathing. Poor people financing the life of the rich. Thank you. They finally got the message. They finally got. That's what I'm saying to you guys. Wuti, why are we paying for parliamentarians and politicians to have nice lives while we're suffering? Can we start having the conversation about cutting salaries, please? So that we start attracting real public servants. Because the real public servant, even if you give them 10 rand, they're going to be fine because they're just born to serve. They enjoy serving. So at the moment, we've got hustlers in parliament. We have hustlers. Dumi, you are so chatty. Oh my God. You are so chatty tonight. I think MKP and EFF can fix our problems. Please, Babu Zuma, we are crying. I said them. In the beginning of this live, I humbled myself before you, the EFF. MK too, because that's where the resistance is coming from. MK is cool. MK is like, yo, come on over. EFF is like, I will never, because you broke, because of you now we are at 10%. What? I will never, you took our Floyd, or we'll never ever come to you ever again. And then MK is like, yo, man, come through, man. Come on now. No. You broke our home. You broke our home. So we're part of that conversation at the moment, and we're hoping that it will pass because time is. Do me saying MK? Okay, let me just put it on there. Let me not be weird. Let me not monopolize. MKP and EFF need to be one party. We are tired of too many political parties. How can we change constitution with so many? Yes, Dumza. You tell them. You tell them, boy. That's why I even humbled myself to EFF, and I'm just like, yo, you're needed. You're needed on the field. Like, we love you. Just come home. Our children, come. We can do this. You guys, why is it the same people chatting? I don't like that. Melo says, no, it's not Afrophobia. I'm just questioning things. Of course, French should not be taught to our people. Yo, there's my battery telling me that I've got 20% left. So you must know that we don't have that much time left. I just want us to get to 1,000. We're on 700 people watching right now. Yo, guys, Melo and okay, here. The fighters there. Okay, so, and I don't mean EFF, I just mean the people fighting in the comment section. Anyway, to the DRC, did you hear SADC forces assisted an attack against M23 after the peace talks? Whoa. Naleyo comment, masingakhomenta nge-DRC izosibulalisa, guys. Masingakhomenta. There are things I'm allowed to comment on. There are things I'm just not allowed to. I'm just not allowed to. Otherwise, I will find myself face to face in my usual court cases. Okay, there's another one. The keys, I'm coming to you there. Guys, I'm sorry that the comments thing has been such a bore today. Okay, Leki saying, Mamia, regarding Chidima, don't let haters phase you. Stay speaking up for the United States of Africa. You are the Osajefo's dream, Ndate Sobukwe and Babubiko's dream. Beautiful. Hey, I won't come in Kubu, my babes. Yes, sis. It's just that it would be nice if we just all got along. Because then, Sabakwasha boy and Kamilungu. Singabakwasha as a group. Kodwa nina niyabafuna. Because Tabanguti sizobhoda. If akunabalungu eMzansi. Oh, what a thing. Okay, Melo saying, scary thing is we have illegal Congolese people here. I'm just saying we don't know. We always also have illegal Eastern Europeans doing drug dealing, and gangs and mafias. They're there in Betreview, they're there in Cape Town. So before I'm going to point at abantu abamnyama, zamane ndinikhumbuza ukuba xa ningayibona like Cape Town nicela i-identity documents from those people, abanazo. It's a famous piece of information that South Africa has got porous borders. They even say that. The term is porous borders. Our borders have got pores, and everybody knows. That's why the white thugs will just disappear to Cape Town. If you guys pay attention to the news, I don't know, they found another gangster white woman there in Cape Town that they need to extradite. And that is not one story. It's not unique to that. Also, another thing that I wanted to know, what I was like, do you think that, those farmers who fed those women to pigs? Do you think that was an isolated once-off thing? Because there's a part of me that just goes, no, man. I think this is how they've been dealing with it. I think that it's just that we won't hear these stories because usually the farm workers are I'm a Zimbabwean and what? So it's not local, so we won't hear it. Um, let me try find your guys. Oh, you're fighting there. What's Miller saying? I'm just saying we're caught up in a string. I do agree with you. I do agree with you. It's a mess. I agree with you. Guys, while you're here, please can you subscribe to the Moya podcast? I'm actually quite a serious podcaster and I've produced good work. So please can you, when we get off here, can you just go to YouTube and look for Moya? Type in Moya, Nziki Mazwai. You'll find it there and just subscribe. I wish I actually had my other phone so I could check how many subscribers I got now. Then I'm going to check again in 1 hour to see, did you guys listen to Mistress Nziki? It's been 2 hours of speaking shit. I've enjoyed my time with you. I hope you had a good time too. I just want to remind you that on Tuesday night, we have a live stream with Sizwe Law. Yes, I got you. Yeah, I got you. So, he is much more well researched and much more articulate in these issues. And it's going to be school. You know that. So, I'm going to post the link to the space after this on Twitter so that you guys can just set your notifications for that. Please, my darlings, please. And Sahel Thursday should be coming back this week. Sahel Thursdays is 8 p.m. on Thursday nights where we hang out with Dr. Kanye and learn geopolitics. Because the only way we're going to get around this white domination situation is if we unite as the various African countries. So now in Sahel Thursdays, we're talking about what's happening in West Africa, learning about West Africa. In fact, did you know that even though we think Ibrahim Traore is the forefront of that alliance, it actually wasn't his idea. It's actually the president of Mali, Colonel Goida. See, if you watched Moya, you would know these things. So please don't sleep on the knowledge. Go to the live section of the Moya podcast. There's lots of live streams there that are so informative and educational. You'll find the Sahel Thursdays there. Please can you try catch up so that you understand, man. You understand the politics of West Africa. You understand why it's important that tri-alliance is so important to us. You need to understand that it's inland. So it actually means that it needs access to ports and stuff. Ghana, I think it was Cote d'Ivoire. Is it Cote d'Ivoire that's got the beach? Anyways, it needs ports. So which would mean that Africans actually have to work together. And if Traore and them are now creating this new liberation movement, and if we can just all be smart and support and just jump on it. Because what I need you guys to know mostly is that power changes, life changes, you're winning today, you're losing tomorrow. And what happens on a small scale happens on a larger scale as well. So what's happened in power for a long time in Africa? And what Traore is creating is a situation where it's changeover. Nangtol. So, wouldn't it be fantastic in our lifetime to see the Black nation, the African nation, just come together and rise and own the resources, and then the whites are all begging us, and then we control, and we are the Khotmans and the bosses and the madams and the bastions. Don't you kind of feel like that? Don't you kind of feel like that it's time to do that? I don't know. You guys are just chatting amongst yourselves there. Moses, you're only saying mola ngoku. Siyagoduka thina ngoku. Siyagoduka, Moses. We've been here for 2 hours just talking. And I don't know where we get all this content to just talk for so long. Okay, Melo. Let me put just to comment on there. By the way, at Moya, we are really facing population replacement. I would not stretch it to as if it's a domicide being done to us, but I'm telling the next 70 years, some will cease to exist. Watch. Well, we are erasing ourselves. Let's be honest. We are erasing ourselves. I mean, even when we're chilling together in like Etraleni or wherever, it's us speaking English amongst each other, you know? We are the ones not demanding indigenous languages in the schools. We are the ones not demanding that our culture and our heritage is put in the forefront. So I don't think we're in a position to blame other Africans for the fact that we have been too cowardice to wait to deal with the white problem. South Africa's got a white problem. South Africa's got a white problem. And until we deal with the white problem, and it's white South Africans, can I tell you that the other whites in other countries are actually very pleasant? They're actually very, very pleasant and they're nice. So our problem is that we've inherited the damaged section of them. So we have a white problem. Yeah, but that's why YouTube shadow bans my channel. That's why I need you guys to just support me and share it and stuff, because YouTube never shows my podcast on there because I speak the shit and I get into trouble and the whites don't want me to speak the shit. So they shadow ban me. And I just need to, if they're not using lawsuits against me, they're shadow banning my content, even Twitter. You guys, it's a lot. But I need to go now. You know, it's been 2 hours, 6 minutes, 7 minutes officially. 2 hours, 7 minutes on the dot. There are 732 people here. Please, may I see subscriptions? Can I get at least 100 subscriptions, please? Like, can you not make me this clown who can't grow their own podcast? Please, Denzel, please. Look out for new. I don't think. Oh, we don't have content this week we don't have official episode. Like Wednesday, we don't have an official episode, but I'll keep giving you the live streams. I'm busy talking to Dr. Ellen Busak. Yeah, to live stream with us this week. So I'll tell you what that is. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't play that game. So we'll be interacting with Dr. Ellen Busak this week. It's who you know, baby. It's who you know. If you're a Moyarite, you know that's the caliber that we roll with. This is standard for us, you know. It's standard for us. And soon we'll have that the second episode of Date Moses Kakad. We need that second episode. If you haven't already watched the first episode, please go to Moya Podcast and just search there. You can just put in Moses Kakana Moya. You'll find it. Or actually just go to the channel and go through the video. Go to the video section and go through and see like who's there, who can I watch, who can I watch. The content is evergreen. My content is not only stuff like this is for today and current. Like when I'm just saying Masincokoleni and Mamiya Mondays, that stuff that's won't matter tomorrow. But the videos on Moya, they matter yesterday, they matter today, they matter tomorrow. So just go get your education there. Go through the video section. You'll find them incredible, especially the MK commanders. Like I was looking at the videos this week, guys. We've got Luther Libello, we've got Colleen, we've got an episode with Ntlamulo, we've got an episode with Judge Lope, we've got an episode with Dalimpofu, we've got an episode with Andle Mutama, we've got an episode with Vuyo Zungula, we've got an episode with obviously Dr. Kanye, many episodes of Dr. Kanye. So just go check out there. Like if you're an MK fan, just go learn the people, you know, learn what they're about. They're beautiful episodes. I don't have any EFF ones because EFF doesn't like me. So unfortunately, it is what it is. Yeah, I've upset them. And then from ANC, okay, we've got Batabile Dlamini, we've got let me think. Even from what's that other one, Bossa, we've got Ayanda Ali Payne. Oh, not Payne anymore. Different surname. Ayanda. Yeah. We've got, because we've been going in on the politicians trying to learn them, you know, because if you don't know the character of a person, why do you want to be led by them? You know, I just always felt like let's learn the character and see, is this person really a leader? Is this, and there we've learned that no, actually. So yeah, please go check out the videos there. There's some incredible episodes. There's a lot of African spirituality there, episodes of people you might not even know, but the people you know, Bomkhulu Nzingisa are there, Bo Gogo Celi Stewart is there, which is Afro Savvy. I'm trying to think which other famous healers. Dineo Ranaka's there. Okay, so there's a lot of African spirituality. And then please go to the live part. Because on YouTube, there's videos, there's lives. You must just study channels. In the live section, you absolutely have to go to the live section. Even recently, 2 days ago, we had the story of the hunger strike at Wits University. That was, they tried to suppress it, but the problem was that now we've got Moya in the building, and Moya's like, "Oh, are they suppressing you? Come have a platform and tell the people what the problem is." And then, you know, we're gonna have. There was a story on Somro this in the papers today. There seems to be scandals there, so we're gonna have a live stream with that to unpack what's happening. Is it just bitter people messing up for everybody, or does Somro have a case to answer to? So, anyways, on the live sections, there's a lot of that's the Sahel Thursdays is there. You'll find you'll learn so much with the Sahel Thursdays thing. Please, guys, we have to learn our geopolitics. We have to know what we mustn't be like Black Americans. You know, I always find that the ignorance in South Africa can be compared to you guys are still fighting amongst yourself in comments. At least you can see each other. So I don't have to. Oh my God, but your fight is interesting though. Damn. I think you fight. Melo says to make it seem as if protecting white people, I'm just questioning things, but then you switch route and direct me elsewhere. Connie beef la, Connie beef. Connie beef. Melo and Lekis are having a comments war. Yes, I am. I speak 8 African languages, varying. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put on stage. Yes, I am. I speak 8 African languages, varying fluency, plus English and French. I'm not about the xenophobic life. Our cultures are similar. The ties that bind surpass our. I totally agree with you there. That's why I'm like, hey, guys, Sama Africa, hey? If you and a Zimbabwean ended up in Spain, do you think that the Spanish people would be able to tell that one is Zimbabwean or one is South African, or would they just see 2 Black people? What do you think? What do you think? Hmm? If you went to Iceland with someone from Nigeria, do you think that in Iceland they're gonna be like, "Oh, this one's Nigerian. Oh, this one's..." No, they're gonna be like, they're Black. So African intelligence, Algeria is starting a war with what? Oh my God. Algeria. Guys, is Algeria full of Arabs or what? They bombed a Malian drone that was flying 9 kilometers from Algerian border, and the conflict is just escalating. It's so sad. This is a disaster. You know that's third force, I guess. You know that's planned by the West, right? You know that. You know that Algeria is being funded by the West to do that, right? Because that's how we roll as Africans. We allow white people to come between us. That's just how we roll. It's our thing. Lita, what is Lita saying? You guys are wanting to chat now and I want to be out. What about white people who don't want to take accountability and responsibility of their wrongdoing and the atrocities that they created? Instead, they always blame black for every crime. It's such bullshit. I know. I know. We talked about them. We talked about them. I think you're coming in later. We talked about them. Our whites are such brats. We just got the spoiled brats of the Lungu community. And it's not nice. It's not a nice experience. They're not a nice experience. I agree with you. But I've got white friends. Oh my God, guys. It's tough to be black, hey? Yo. Ach, yeah, man. Trying to get your comments. Melo and Nikis are still just fighting amongst themselves. So they're actually fighting there in the YouTube comment section. So if you are interested in this fight, you can actually go to the YouTube channel as soon as this thing is going to. Hey, this looks. Yo, guys. Escalations are up with the Russia-Ukraine war. Russia warned of nuclear capability. Yes, it's new, guys. And what about our nuclear power station there by Cape Town? I think that's why the whites wanted to make independent Cape Town. Because they've got access to the nuclear power station so that they can nuclear us. Huh? Do you see how dangerous it is when that guy starts talking about independent Cape Town? They want to take over that nuclear station. But let me not talk too much because I'll get into trouble. Okay, no, this war with Melo and Lekis. Please go catch it on. Please go catch it on the YouTube channel because the war is on here. There's so many comments going back and forth. So if you just go to the Moya, you can go there now actually because it was live streaming. So, oh, someone's calling us black racists. Who's that? Who's that? Oh, okay. Lita says, I realize that when you address white people on factual points, they subject you as a black racist. Yep. But when white people address black people, it's not racism. It's fucked up, Lita. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Guys, I did say please go follow the fight between Melo and Lekis on the YouTube channel. I know most of you are watching from Twitter. That's usually the case. But if you want more comment section drama, which is definitely going on, I can't thingy all of the comments. It's just they're going back and forth. So just go to the YouTube channel. But my point was just go to the Moya podcast so you can be one of the clever kids in class. The live stream section and the videos. Untouchable. And yes, I wanted to remind you that we've got a Twitter space with Sizwe. And then what else is there this week? I remember there's something, but I will keep you updated. And as soon as I figure it out, just look out on my social media handles. Thank you so much for joining. I was hoping to get to 1,000, but we only got up to 754. And I am finished. I'm finished. I have talked for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Like my chat bundles are done. So this is me signing out. Thank you for joining. Thank you to everybody who commented in the comment section because it makes it so much more exciting and more engaging and more interesting. So thank you for your contributions. Thank you to everybody who's watching from home or wherever you are. There's enough of you guys for us to be in a club right now. So it's so nice. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. Remember to subscribe to Moya Podcast, please, guys. I know I'm troublesome, but the content I give is actually fucking important for you. For you. That's what always frustrates me because I'm just like, guys, this thing is being done for you so that we can so I don't sound crazy every time I'm pointing things out to you. Can you just come with me on the journey, please, so that we are just But thank you so much for all the support. Always super appreciative. The channel is growing. We're almost on 30,000 subscribers. Very exciting. It's been 2 years, and yeah, I mean, it's not making money, and it's just frustrating for me. But yeah, we started something, so we must just continue with it and just like grow it. So thank you so everybody who is a Moyarite and who's always supporting the channel. Bless you, blessings, love, light, and everything good.